Hey everyone, Josh here, Wargaming Noob Historical, back with another read-through review. This time around it is Bolt Action 3rd Edition Armies of Germany. If you've never watched any of my read-through reviews, basically what I'll do is I'll go through the book itself, briefly showcasing what's inside, what you expect to see when you purchase this for your Bolt Action collection. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth review of the book itself, please comment below and we'll go from there. All right, so this just came out recently for Bolt Action 3rd Edition, are more detailed in terms of the selectors that you can choose for your specific nation that you play in Bolt Action. So obviously, being Armies of Germany, we're going to see a lot of stuff that have been updated for version 3 of Bolt Action for Germany. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start going through the review. Some great artwork here. Actually, going back to the cover, what a great cover. The artwork for these books are always good. And again, we have more of a winter theme here. So, all right. Some more artwork there. So, table of contents. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So, this book is broken down into several different sections. You have the introduction, which explains to you what this book is, why collect the German force. And then it goes through the armed forces of Germany during World War II. Throughout the entirety of the war, and then it breaks down the actual forces of Germany. You got the Heer, which is the regular army, the Wehrmacht. You have the Waffen SS, and then the Fallschirmjäger. The next section of the book is the meat and potatoes of the book. It is the army list. They'll start off with some special rules, then infantry, artillery, and as we continue on, go with vehicles, and then running out the book will be sample armies, which will allow you to kind of just build up your forces based on what they have here. That way you can get started playing immediately. You have force selection guides for early war, mid-war, and late war, which is nice. I don't believe that was in the previous version of the book. And then, yeah, so introduction, obviously, it's going to tell you what this book is about, why you should collect a German force, and then a brief history of the German forces, all phases of the war. I'll zoom out just a little bit. And then next we have the forces of Germany in Bolt Action. Gives you information about the Heer, which is the Wehrmacht, the Germany's regular army. And then a brief history of the Waffen SS, which are the political soldiers, the political arm of Germany. And then finally, the Fallschirmjäger, which are the paratroopers. Okay. All right, next up, we have the Army Special Rules. There are a few in here that I don't believe were in version 2. I'll have to cross-reference that. But the most potent of these rules is Hitler's Buzzsaw, which adds an extra shooting die for German light and medium machine guns. A little bit different for vehicles. What you do now is that you halve the number of shots a vehicle would roll, and then add 1 to the halved number. Next up is Blitzkrieg. Regular and veteran German officers may take 1 additional order die from the bag when making a UN snap to action order. Initiative training. Regular and veteran German units are not affected by the -1 morale penalty for losing the squad team leader. Then you got Panzer Ace. I'm not going to go through all the rules, but we'll just go through them briefly. I'll do an in-depth review of army rules at another time. So we have Panzer Ace. You have Defend the Fatherland. And yeah. All right, so as we go through, we have a blurb on shirts and armored skirts and demolition charges. And then we have what we move on to our headquarter units. So the officer, all the point costs, the period right here, that's something new. Composition, weapons, options, special rules. Officer ranks here in Luftwaffe. Then you have the medic and chaplain. We have forward observer, and then we get on to the infantry squads. Here's the Heer infantry squad, Heer grenadier squad, Heer veteran squad, broken down by experience level now. And then we have the Panzer Grenadier squad, Kreuzschützen squad right here. We have the Gebersjäger squad, early war, and then the late war. We have the Spa-Truppen squad, Feldgendarmerie squad, which is the military police. the Feldjäger Corps Squad, Strafe Battalion Penal Squad, Replacement Army Squad, Sicherung or Security Battalion Squad. You have the Begelite Stug Escort Infantry Squad, Green Grenadier Squad, Brandenburger Special Forces Squad, Waffen-SS Squad Early War, and then Late War. We have Waffen-SS Cavalry Squad, Cossack Unit, Fallschirmjäger Squad Early War, Late War, Green Fallschirmjäger Squad, which is Late War as well, Luftwaffe Field Division Squads, Osttruppen Squad, Volksgrenadier, Volkssturm, Hitler Youth, Alarm Unit, Kriegsmarine Squad. We have the ROA, or the Russian Liberation Army Squad. We have the 5th Columnist Unit, French Milice Squad, Sturm Pioneer Assault Engineer Squad, Pioneer Squad Early War, Pioneer Squad Late War, Medium Machine Gun Team, Panzerschreck Anti-Tank Rifle Team, Flamethrower Team, Light Mortar, Medium Mortar, and Heavy Mortar. We also have the Sniper Team. And then we move on to the artillery units. So before I go through the artillery units here, you should know that, as you just saw, there's quite a selection of different squads that you can use for your German armies now. It seems to be more prolific than the previous version, so it really helps to tailor make your army for how you want to play your game. All right, so with artillery, you have light, medium, and heavy artillery. The Nebelwerfer, we have the 20mm Flak 38, 20mm Flak Vierling 38, 37mm Flak 36, 37mm Flak Zwilling 43, 88mm Flak 36. Then we have anti-tank guns Panzer Books 41, 37mm Pak 36, 50mm Pak 38, 75mm Pak 40, 88mm Pak 43, 128mm Pak 44, 88mm Raketen Werfer 43 Pupchen. And then we move on to vehicles. Again, as you notice, there are a lot more options available for you under artillery, just like with the infantry. So that's something that you should make note as you are building up. It's more detailed, so you have more options and the ability to really make your German force unique for gameplay. All right, moving on to vehicles. Panzer 1 Offs A and B, Panzer Off C, Panzer 1 Offs A and B. We have the C, F, then we have the Panzer 2, A, B, C, F, Lux, and Flamingo. A Flampanzer 2 Flamingo. Then we have different variations of the Panzer 3, Off C, D, E, F, G, H, and J, as well as L, M, N, and Flampanzer 3. Then the Panzer 4, and again, all their different variations from A through J. We have the Panzer 38T and 35T, Noob of Arzug, PZKPWV, man A. That's a mouthful there. We have the Panther. We have the Tiger 1 and 2, so with a King Tiger. We have the Mouse right here. The Panther Turm. We have tank destroyers and assault guns now. We have the Stug 3 and the variants, as well as the Stug 4. So the Stug 3 A through E, Stug 3 F through H, and the Stug 4. We have the Stu 42 and Stug 33B. We have the Jagdpanzer 4, Jagdpanther, Jagdtiger, Hetzer, Nashorn, Ferdinand, and Elephant, the Brumbar, the Sturmtiger, Martyr 2, Panzerjäger 1. So we have the Martyrs, the Panzerjäger 1, Martyr 2, Martyr 3, and its variations. We have the RSO with Pak 40. We have the SDKFZ 251-22 Pakwagen, and then the 251-16 Flampanzerwagen. And yeah, so here's some artwork. We have the SDKFZ 8 with armored cab, the SDKFZ 6-3 Diana half-track, the Borgward Wanza Off C, Borgward B for demolition vehicle, We have the Kruppowski with Pak 36, the SDKFZ-10 Geppenzerte, the SDKFZ-10, and then we move on to self-propelled artillery, Panzer I SIG 33, Lorraine Schlepper, the Grill, SDKFZ 258 Stummel. We have the SDKFZ 124 Westby, and then the SDKFZ 165 Hummel, SDKFZ 257 and 251-2 mortar carriers. We have the Stuka Zoo Fuss, Panzer Warfare 42, SIG 33, Panzer Kampfwagen 2. Then we move on to anti-aircraft vehicles, the Opel Blitz with Flak 38, Ostwind, Wirbelwind, Kugel Blitz, Mobilwagen, the Flak Panzer 38, SDKFZ 7.1 and 7.2 with armored car, our cab, SDKFZ 251-17, SDKFZ 251-21 drilling, the SDKFZ 10.4 and SDKFZ 10.5 with 2 centimeter flak, SDKFZ 7.1 and SDKFZ 7.2. We have the Horsch 1A field car with flak 38. And then we move on to armored cars. The KFZ 13 Adler light armored car, motorcycle with machine gun sidecar. And this could be the R75, the Zundap KS 750, etc. SDKFZ 222, the 221, and the 223. We have the 231 heavy armored car 6 rod, SDKFZ 231 heavy armored car 8 rod, SDKFZ 234-1 heavy armored car, the SDKFZ 234-2 Puma, the 234-3 heavy armored car, 234-4 heavy armored car 259, the 251-23, 254 Mittler Gear Panzerter, the 254, I'm not going to be able to read this right here. The 253, 253-3, 5, and 251-3 Armored Command half tracks, 250-10 and SDKFZ 250-11, the 251-6. We have the Steyr Agza M35 heavy armored car 27, and then we move on to transports and tows. 251-1 Hanomag, 251-10, 251 half track, the SDKFZ 3, 6, and 10 half track. We have the SDKFZ 7 half track, and then we move on to trucks. We have the Maltier half track, the SDKFZ 4 half track, the Kubelwagen, the Schwimmwagen, triple SG6 triple wagon, the Raupen Schlepper OST, the Kettenkrad, Landwasser Schlepper, field cars and light trucks. It's just a generic one. Horse-drawn limber. We have the Mule Team and Horse Wagon. We then move on to ambulances. You have field ambulance. You have the 251-8 ambulance. And yeah, that's it. So we move on to captured and repurposed vehicles. I'm just going to blow through these. We have Panzer 17R 730, the Von Panzer B2, Panzer 35H 734F and 735F, and 38F command tank, Panzer 35R 731, 731F MIT T26 term, the 35S 739F, Panzer term P40, term Stellung, tank destroyers and assault guns, U304F, the Panzerjäger 35R, SF39 assault gun, S303F and S307F half track, U304F armored half track, AA or mortar carrier, 3.7 centimeter Pak 36 offs, the 3.7 centimeter Pak 36 Renault, Pak 36 Bren, Renault UE Warfahmen, Renault UE, and then the armored cars, Panzer Spalwagen 2 P204, the Bedford transports and tows artillery Schlepper, Loftley heavy tractor U304F half track. And yeah, that was a mouthful. That quite a few vehicles for your German forces, including captured vehicles. As you can see again, yeah, it's much more detailed. You have a lot of different options. It seems a little bit overwhelming, but again, based on the phase of the war, you can kind of play around more with the vehicles that you want to use. Okay, so the next section are these sample armies. I'm just going to blow through these. You have a Blitzkrieg force here. You have your Fallschirmjäger force, Afrika Korps force, Waffen-SS force, Late War force, and then your force selection guides. These are your selectors based on the phases of the war. So here's an early force selection guide, which you can use for early war. And here's the mid-war, which has a lot more. And finally, you have your late war selection guide. And that's pretty much it. So, I know I kind of just blew through this review really quickly. Again, the whole point of a read-through review is just to kind of go through the contents of the book. If you guys want a more in-depth review of certain sections of the Armies of Germany, let me know in the comments below. I am more than willing to go through each section in a more detailed fashion rather than just blowing through the entire book. I'm very happy to get this. The artwork is great. Presentation is great. Lots of different options for infantry, armor, and vehicles. Almost feels a little bit overwhelming. I don't recall whether Armies of Germany version 2 was as detailed, but again, there's so many different vehicles and squads that you can use. This benefits you a lot when you're creating your force, because you have your pick of the lot when it comes to making your force, so that not one force will be similar to somebody else's. So in any case, that is it. If you enjoyed this read-through review, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new read-through reviews coming out of the channel, and click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That's the best way I can personally interact with you and chit-chat you about Bolt Action 3rd Edition and anything else that I cover on the channel. That's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Bolt Action 3rd Edition content from Wargaming Noob Historical.